Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Friends.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ben.
And I'm Emma. We are so happy you are here today.
Yes, we are very excited to practice English with you.
So, Ben, how are you feeling today?
I am fine, thanks. And you?
I am doing really well. But Ben, wait a minute. You paused for a second before you said you were fine.
Did I?
Yes, you did. You went, and then you said, I am fine. Is everything okay?
Well, Emma, to be honest, I am having a difficult day, but I didn't know how to say it. I only know words like good, fine, and bad.
Oh, I see. That is a very common problem, Ben. Many students feel stuck with those three words.
Exactly. I have all these feelings inside, but I can't let them out. It is frustrating.
Aha! You just used a great word there, frustrating.
I did? Oh, yes. It feels like I have a wall in front of me.
Ben, don't worry. Today we are going to break down that wall. Think of your feelings like the weather.
The weather? Like rain and sun?
Yes. Saying I am fine is like saying it is nice outside. It is very simple. But the weather can be cloudy, stormy, breezy, or foggy. Your feelings are just as detailed.
Wow, I like that idea. Today my head feels a bit cloudy.
See? That is already much more interesting than I am fine. So today we are going to learn how to talk about your feelings in English. We will learn new words, correct some common mistakes, and help you express yourself clearly.
That sounds perfect for me. I am ready to learn.
Great! Let's start with a very important rule. We often use the verb to be when talking about feelings.
Like, I am happy?
Exactly. I am happy, she is sad, we are tired. That is the basic structure. But we can also use the verb feel.
So I can say I feel happy?
Yes. I am happy describes your state. I feel happy describes your internal sensation. They are very similar, and you can usually use both.
Okay, that is easy. I am happy. I feel happy.
But here is a big warning, Ben. There is a mistake that almost every beginner makes. It is about words ending in ed and words ending in ing.
Oh no, the ed and ing endings. I always get confused.
Don't panic. We can fix this right now. Let's do a quick role play to see if you can get it right.
Okay, I am ready. What is the situation?
Imagine you just finished watching a very long movie. The movie was 3 hours long and nothing happened. It was very slow. How do you describe your feeling?
Okay, I walk out of the cinema, I look at you and I say, Emma, do not watch that movie. I am very boring.
Oh, Ben.
What? Why are you laughing?
Because you just said that you, Ben, are a boring person.
No, I am not a boring person. I am a fun person.
I know you are, but you said I am boring.
But the movie was boring.
Aha, there is the key. The movie is boring. The movie causes the feeling, but you are bored.
Oh, I am bored.
Yes, let's repeat that. I am bored.
I am bored.
The movie is boring.
The movie is boring.
So the feeling inside you ends with ed, bored. The thing that causes the feeling ends with ing, boring.
Okay, let me try another one.
Go for it. Imagine you are working all day. You worked for 12 hours.
Oh, that is a long day.
It is. So are you tiring or are you tired?
The work causes the feeling, so the work is tiring, and I have the feeling inside me, so I am tired.
Perfect. You got it. I am tired.
I am tired.
And one more. Imagine you are going on a holiday tomorrow. You are going to the beach.
Oh, yay! I love the beach.
So are you exciting or are you excited?
Okay, the holiday is exciting, so I am excited.
Excellent, Ben. You are excited.
I am excited. Wow, that rule actually makes sense now. ED is for me, ING is for the thing.
Exactly. So never say I am boring again, unless you really think you are not interesting.
I promise I won't say that.
Okay, so we just talked about the difference between ed and ing adjectives. That is a huge step. Now let's move on to specific vocabulary. You said earlier that you were having a difficult day.
Yes, I had a lot of work and my computer crashed and I spilled my coffee.
Oh no, that sounds terrible. So sad isn't really the right word for that, is it?
No, sad is for when something tragic happens. This was just annoying.
Yes, annoying is a good word for the situation. But how did you feel?
I felt annoyed?
Yes, I felt annoyed. Or you can use the word frustrated.
Frustrated. That is a long word. Can you help me say it?
Of course, it has 3 parts: frus, tre, tid.
Frustrated. Frustrated.
Good. Frustrated is when you want to do something but you can't. Like when your computer breaks. You want to work, but you can't.
Yes, that is exactly how I felt. I was frustrated.
Another good word for that is stressed.
Stressed. I hear that word a lot in movies.
Yes, stressed is when you have too much pressure, too much work, not enough time.
I think everyone feels stressed sometimes.
Definitely. So instead of saying I am bad, you can say I am stressed or I am frustrated.
That is much clearer. I am bad sounds like I'm a bad person.
Exactly. I am bad can mean you are behaving poorly, like a naughty child. We usually don't use I am bad to describe feelings. We say I feel bad.
Oh, really? That is a big difference. I am bad versus I feel bad.
Yes. I feel bad usually means you are sick or you feel guilty.
Guilty?
Yes. Like if you forgot my birthday.
Oh no, I would never forget your birthday, Emma.
I know. But if you did, you would say, I feel bad about forgetting your birthday.
I see. So I feel bad is for guilt or sickness. I am bad is for behavior.
You got it. Now let's look at the other side. Positive feelings.
Yes, let's be happy.
So besides happy, what else can we say?
Good?
Good is okay, but it is a bit boring.
I am bored of good.
Good usage. How about glad?
Glad. Glad.
Yes, glad means happy or pleased. We often use it with a reason, like, I am glad you are here.
I am glad we are recording this podcast.
Perfect. Another one is grateful.
Grateful. Does that mean saying thank you?
Yes, it means you feel thankful for something. If a friend helps you move into a new house, you feel grateful.
That is a nice feeling.
It is. Okay, Ben, I want to try something called the Ben's work analysis. I am going to give you a situation, and I want you to make a sentence about your feelings.
Okay, I am nervous, but I am ready.
Don't be nervous. You will do great. Here is the situation. You just won the lottery. You have $1 million.
Wow, $1 million. Okay, I say, I am very happy and I am believing it not.
Okay, hold on. I am believing it not. I love the energy, Ben.
Was it wrong?
It was a little unnatural. We don't usually say, I am believing it not.
What should I say?
When we are very, very surprised, we say shocked.
Shocked.
Yes, I am shocked. It means you cannot believe what happened.
Okay, I am shocked. Can I say I am surprised?
Yes, surprised is good too, but shocked is stronger. Winning the lottery is a big shock.
True. So I am shocked.
And for the believing it not part, a native speaker would say, I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
Yes. So put it together.
I won the lottery. I am shocked. I can't believe it.
That sounds so natural. Good job.
Thank you. Okay, give me another one.
Okay, situation number 2. You are walking down a dark street at night. You hear a strange noise behind you.
Ooh, spooky. Okay, I say, I am fearing.
Close. Fearing is a verb, but we usually use the adjective here. Do you know the adjective for fear?
Is it scary?
Careful. Remember the rule? The street is scary. The noise is scary. But how do you feel?
Ah, the ED rule. So scared?
Yes, I am scared.
I am scared. Can I use afraid?
Yes, afraid is very common too. I am afraid.
I am afraid. I am scared. They are the same?
Very similar. Scared is a little more informal, maybe. Afraid is a little more formal, but we use both all the time.
Okay, so I hear a noise. I am scared.
Perfect. Now let's talk about intensity.
Intensity? What is that?
It means how strong the feeling is. Sometimes you are a little bit happy. Sometimes you are super happy.
Right. So I can use very?
Yes, I am very happy. But there are other words too. If the feeling is small, we can say a little bit or a bit.
I am a bit tired.
Exactly. I am a bit sad. I am a little bit hungry.
What if the feeling is big?
We can use really. I am really excited.
I am really angry.
Yes. And if it is huge?
Super?
Yes. Super is very casual and friendly. I am super tired. I am super excited.
I am super hungry.
Me too. Another word for very big is so. I am so happy for you.
I am so glad.
But be careful with the pronunciation here. When we use so, we often stretch the word to show emotion.
Stretch it? Like so?
Yes. Listen to this. I am so happy.
I am so happy.
Now try it with tired. Make it sound like you are really exhausted.
I am so tired.
That was great. I really believed you were tired.
It is fun to stretch the words.
It is. It helps people understand your emotion. If you say, I am so happy, with a flat voice, like a robot, nobody will believe you.
I am so happy.
Yeah, that sounds sarcastic, like you are not happy at all.
So the music of the voice is important.
It is very important. Let's practice that rhythm a little bit more. We call this intonation.
Intonation. Okay.
Imagine your friend tells you some bad news. They say, I lost my job. How do you react?
I would say, oh no, that is sad.
Okay, the words are correct, but your voice was very high and happy.
It was?
Yes, try to bring your voice down. Make it soft. Oh no, that is sad.
Oh no, that is sad.
Better. We often use a phrase here. I am sorry to hear that.
I am sorry to hear that.
Listen to the rhythm. I'm sorry to hear that. The strong words are sorry and hear.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Perfect. It sounds very kind. Now, what if the news is good? I got a new job.
Wow, that is great.
Yes, your voice went up. That is great.
That is great.
And you can say, I am so happy for you.
I am so happy for you.
Wonderful. You sound like a real native speaker now, Ben.
I feel really proud.
Proud. That is another great feeling word.
Yes, proud means you feel good about something you did.
Exactly. I am proud of you. So, let's do a quick recap. We covered a lot today.
We did. We started with the weather metaphor. Feelings are not just fine. They are cloudy, sunny, or stormy.
Yes, and then we talked about the ED versus ING rule. Can you remind us, Ben?
Yes, the situation is ing. The movie is boring. The feeling is ed. I am bored.
Perfect. Never say I am boring again.
Never. Then we learn some specific words. Instead of bad, we can say stressed, frustrated, or annoyed.
And instead of fear, we say scared or afraid.
And for big surprises, we say shocked.
Correct. We also talked about intensity. A bit, really, so, and super.
I am so hungry.
And finally, we practiced reacting. I'm sorry to hear that for bad news, and that's great for good news.
Wow, that is a full lesson. I feel much more confident now.
I am glad to hear that. So, Ben, how are you going to use this in your life? How are you going to take your mouth to the gym tonight?
Well, tonight when I go home, I am not going to say I am fine to my wife.
What will you say?
I will tell her, honey, I am really tired and a bit stressed because of work, but I am so happy to see you.
Aw, Ben, that is beautiful. That is a perfect sentence.
It feels good to see the truth.
It really does. Talking about feelings helps us connect with people. It turns a black and white conversation into a color conversation.
I like that. Color conversation.
Okay, friends, now it is your turn. We have some homework for you.
Yes, we want to know how you are feeling today.
Don't just say, I am fine. Use one of the new words we learned today. Are you excited? Are you tired? Are you frustrated?
Or maybe you are shocked because your English is getting so good.
I hope so. Write one sentence in the comments below using an ED adjective, like I am excited.
And if you are brave, tell us why. I am excited because I learned new words.
Exactly. We read every comment, and we are always so happy to see your messages.
We are grateful for you.
We certainly are. Well, that is all for today's episode of Easy English Friends.
Thank you for listening, and great job practicing with us today.
Keep practicing, keep talking about your feelings, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.